What's on the menu today, buddy?
This month we've got old news.
The Wicked Witch of Windows 95.
Okay, Myra, I'll get back to you.
Unboxings.
I'm going to clear this up and then we'll take a look at the Beatles' new single.
Retro memes.
Customer service agents while you're on hold.
And your homebrew projects.
Driving behind this in his kit. Thank you, Devon. And we'll also have your nostalgic photos. Welcome to
The Retro Show. No, not Dirty Poo. It's episode 32.
Hey, my age. Oh, hello, Chip Dippers. Welcome to
The
Retro Show. If it does look like I am actually getting older, well, that's how time works. But also, Babyfractic's been keeping us up well into the AM.
Ah, I see what you did there. That is from...
Oh, that does. Yeah, good point. That reminds me. We're actually wearing brand new T-shirts from Into the AM. Lady Fractic's got a gorgeous one there.
I do.
Happy Fractic didn't get one, so she's gone off in a half. They've got some brand new ones as well, which Lady Fractic is going to demonstrate. That's what you do with T-shirts. But I should note that you can get 30 to 80% off with their Black Friday sale up until November the 30th, hence the 30%, I suppose. And that's all part of their biggest sale this year. I really like this broken arcade. For those of you that saw our shorts video last weekend about whether the Earth ended in 1988, that's very reminiscent. As is.
Also looks like the game Stray. I know you think it's about like a stray cat, but you actually go into this post-apocalyptic world where it's like overrun by robots and all the human things are all derelict.
Super cool. Well, dairy licked, because it's a cat. They like licking dairy, don't they? That's another nice one. This one looks like just a very subtle kind of retro 80s sunset, but wait till you see the back.
Even more retro 80s sunset.
We should do the whole show like this. But really, the quality is always great. They're very stretchy and
really soft,
form-fitting. We genuinely love them. And if you use our code Perifractic, you get an additional 10% off. So it's 80% off plus 10%. It's basically free almost.
And from almost free T-shirts to very free old news.
That's old news.
And first up on old news, the loss of Matthew Perry. On October 28th, Matthew Perry passed away at the very young age of 54. I feel like the world lost a friend. Even if you didn't watch Friends, you at least knew of it. And you might even know his catchphrase, like, could he be any more recognizable? I actually met him in 2011.
That's right.
When I happened to be at the Staples Sports Arena. I was at a hockey game, which he was a big fan of, and his show, Mr. Sunshine, had just gotten canceled, which was about the manager of a sports arena. So being at the arena with him there was kind of surreal. Anyway, I bumped into him and I said, hi, I just wanted to tell you that I loved Mr. Sunshine. And his face was kind of like, oh, thank you. And kind of expecting me to bring up Chandler from Friends.
Friends, of course.
Plus Friends, of course. And I didn't. And I just said, thank you so much. I'm really sorry to hear about that. But it was really nice meeting you. And his like confused expression kind of turned into this cheeky smile when he realized kind of what I had done. And he thanked me and that was it. He was very nice. Yeah,
that's a great story. I remember I was probably 23 when I remember seeing the first trailer for Friends. That looks funny. That guy looks very, very funny. We'll give it a go. And yeah, it was one of my mum's favorite shows as well. And Chandler was her favorite.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Very sad. Did you know he also did a Windows 95 promotional video?
I did not know that. Oh my God.
No, you do. Here it is.
Well, yeah.
The Wicked Witch of Windows 95.
Okay, Myra, I'll get back to you, darling. All right, bye-bye. I heard that, and you are?
This is Jennifer Aniston. I'm Matthew Perry. We're here to see Mr. Bill Gates about a possible starring role in the video guide to Microsoft Windows 95.
He's out right now, honey, but you can wait in his office. Below that is your documents menu, which contains your recently used documents.
So that means you can get back to work on a file faster.
Precisely.
Thank you,
now,
Matthew.
Let's use the new Max and Min feature in the upper right side of the window to minimize this document.
Yeah, and there's also an X.
Well, the X will allow you to close any program or document, but we want to keep the plan file on the taskbar, so we just minimize. Okay, click on the little notch. The taskbar keeps as many active windows at your fingertips as you want. I'll show you. Now, let's get into my computer.
Your computer?
No, Bill's my computer.
I thought Bill was your boss.
Okay, before this becomes a classic and hideous vaudeville routine, let's move on.
Peak Matthew Perry there, and a great loss. Matthew Perry has passed away way too soon.
Yeah.
And equally sad was the passing recently of Roger Castell. He is the artist behind many of our favourite movie posters. For example, this beauty. It's amazing.
Never heard of that.
This is the exact poster that would have been outside the Richmond Odeon when I went to see the first movie I'd ever seen at a cinema with my dad back in 1980.
So how are these made?
Painted.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, they're obviously very good, but that's why he was chosen best of the best. And of course, Jaws, which was Spielberg's second movie after.
Jewel.
Correct.
Did you guys said it in British?
Duel. Oh, duel. Of course, for you.
Duel, yeah.
But for those of you that saw the recent videos that we've been doing about trying to hunt down the original truck and see if it was still at the bottom of the cliff. And Spielberg said that the shark in Jaws was basically the truck in Duel.
Broken.
Both terrorizing.
Yeah. Oh.
Broken.
Well.
Both terrorizing innocent victims. One in a car, one in the sea.
Oh, I thought you were going to say one.
The hell?
I don't know.
Oh, look what's happened here. Terrifying Perifractic. My PCBs from PCB fell off as if to say to us, it's not Halloween anymore, but we're still spooky.
It's a little poltergeist action.
Funny story, actually. We were watching the Enfield Poltergeist documentary about that famous 1970s haunting in Enfield. And as we were watching, Baby Fractic, who's been very vocal at the moment, as you noticed, did one of her first ever projectile vomits, which was
on me.
Yes, on you, in classic Exorcist style. So
that's when I had said, we're watching The Poltergeist, not The Exorcist, but thank you for your contribution.
Absolutely. Anyway, from sad news and scary.
And gross.
And gross. To something a little more lighthearted. After decades of recording and producing, the last new Beatles song is here. Now, this is HMV in the UK. They got hundreds of copies in, as we'll see them unboxing them. So we went out hunting for a copy. We went to FYE.
For your entertainment?
None there.
No.
They had heard of the Beatles, though. And anyway, I went to Barnes & Noble.
You did?
And the guy actually filmed it, but I don't think I'm allowed to show it. But he literally said, what now and what is it? And typed it in, you know how they do, into the computer. Oh my gosh. After a long bit of research, he said, oh, we did have one copy, but it's gone now. No shizzle, Sherlock.
You can bleep yourself out.
Yeah, thank you. This was a misprint by whoever posted this, but they debuted it at the Cavern Club, which the Beatles famously became famous.
Really?
In. They did like 200 gigs there. That's where they got discovered by their manager. Baby Fractic was a huge fan of their early shows.
Fan.
That's kind of special, playing it at midnight.
That is very cool.
On the release day.
I think the closest that we've done is we did go to Abbey Road.
We did.
We did.
This is closer to Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields. If you ever want to go and visit those locations.
Will eventually. Yeah, we'll take the baby.
I'd love to. I've never been. And then this chap, Blake Robert Ward, his parents didn't know there was a new Beatles song and they were huge fans. So he played it to them. And
look at her face. Yeah. Instant nostalgia.
Blake says after the song finished, after all the tears and memories came flooding back of their childhood, their family, the hard times and the fun times of their youths, the Beatles music got them through. This moment was something I wouldn't trade for the world, seeing all of that flash before their eyes in just a few minutes. My dad kept looking up at the Beatles picture we have hung in our music studio. Sorry, I got a cold or something suddenly. And when the song finished, he said, it was great to hear John again. And that's George, of course, on the guitar riff.
Of course, Ringo on the drums and Paul McCartney on the bass, because they all played on this.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice that Paul finishes the lyrics, kind of saying back to John that he misses him too. And the song has broken all records, pun intended, climbing straight to the top of the charts. I think it's now the best-selling vinyl this century.
Whoa.
It's pretty cool, but not, I think the best-selling one last century is probably theirs too.
Probably.
Look at these guys.
That must be so, I try to think of like what our equivalent could be like.
Bros.
Stop it. Like, maybe in 20 years, like a never released Whitney Houston.
Michael Jackson maybe is the closest equivalent we have.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have got the copy. We did get hold of one from the Beatles.com of all places.
They had it in stock?
Yeah, I tried to go retro and go into a vinyl store, and I don't want to name and shame Barnes & Noble, so I won't mention that it was Barnes & Noble for the third time. But we have got the single here. I haven't opened it properly, so we'll take a look in the unboxing segment. But cheering us up slightly, you might have seen this meme and sound being used a lot on social media.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Have you been seeing this?
I have heard it.
Okay, here's another example of where you might use it. When you think your house is finally clean, then the sun comes through the window.
Surprise, surprise.
But I think particularly for American viewers, it would be fun to show actually where that comes from.
Yes, please.
So this was a TV show called Surprise, Surprise, starring Cilla Black, our Cilla as we called her. I think she was also from Liverpool.
Was it short for Priscilla?
I don't know, actually.
I
don't know. But the point of it is, at the end of the show, she would live sing the theme tune and then kind of talk about what's happened in the show.
Full of small surprises. It's a never-ending game.
She's not lip syncing?
If nothing is impossible, will you believe your eyes? If the unexpected brings a smile, that's a big surprise. Surprise, surprise. The unexpected hits you between the eyes. The unpredictable, that's the surprise you see. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
But as you saw, the three people there, so it was all about bringing families together.
Gotcha.
So they'd be like, oh, you haven't seen your Trevor for 100 years. He's not in Australia anymore. He's here in the studio. Surprise, surprise. And then they'd bring them out and everyone would cry. But that was a staple of our Saturday night TV viewing.
I feel like we had a similar one. I can't remember what it's called. I'm sure the comment section will chime in. But
Probably surprise.
no. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
Supplies. Anyway, moving on. That's the end
My favorite joke.
of old news. I'm so sorry. Now, next month, we're going to be seeing in the news how Metal Mickey, who of course is famous, famous TV robot from England, has been found literally locked in a room.
Is he a naughty boy?
I don't know, actually, but his owner passed away, sadly.
Oh.
The guy who made him and voiced him in the
What is
TV
it?
show Metal Mickey. He is we'll find out next month.
Oh, okay.
That's the point of that. But coming up right now, it is time for some retro memes, and we're going to find out
What you mean?
what I meme, but also if Marty McFly has managed to travel
Oh my
at
God.
88 miles per hour.
Oh,
Here's I See What You Meme.
I'll see what he means.
There he goes. Did he reach 88? Yes, he did. Okay. And it knocked out all the power in the neighborhood. Did you realize that? What
Yes.
that is? Hopefully that person was okay. We'll just check. Was he okay? Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Next up.
Then I got this vintage 1986 Les Miserables t-shirt. I believe it's a band.
Screams in theatre major. There's
Screams
Miserables.
in millennial, like,
Screams in just being a decent human.
or even like a Gen X.
Look at Perifractic sitting so pretty. He's so pretty. Next up.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Customer service agents while you're on hold for 45 minutes.
I love it when the chorus drops here. Where's he going?
Oh, he's walking the floor.
Oh, fantastic.
Pew.
Famous Rolls Royce, of course. And
That's my preferred version.
Why can't you do that? Oh,
He said, get yourself a Rolls Royce, and she will.
I'll do that. Stop. Now, this DoorDash driver has been caught on camera here. What's he doing? Can you work this out?
Stealing something. No, that's an old camera. He's taking a picture of his delivery. Oh my God. That's...
Turned into Muttley again. Oh, I love it.
But then does he have to get it developed and
Yeah, he goes
take
back
a
to his
photo?
goes back to his
Darkroom.
goes back to his darkroom, develops it, and then after 2 hours they
Then takes
get a notification.
cell phone.
Yeah, they get a notification that their food's ready. 2 hours later.
Oh, gosh.
Next up, did you know Steve Carell was in Greece?
I do love this.
Thank you. Thank you, whoever put that together. It goes on quite a bit longer, but that's the main headlines. My kid.de was driving behind this in his kit. Look at that. Can you imagine the glee I would feel driving my kit and the night Semi appears before me?
You would literally turn on all of the effects, pull up and be like, honk, honk. Do you have a horn?
I mean, technically it has one, but I haven't hooked it up.
No, so I just realized as like the story, I was like, wait,
You need to go through a relay and stuff.
you would roll down the window and go,
Oh, well, I do have speakers in the hood and the scanner set.
pull over. We need to take a picture.
Yeah, I would be driving dangerously close to that, just to warn you.
Oh, good. Good to know.
Yeah. Next.
How to get a girlfriend.
No, thank you. But here's the Star Wars theme.
Again, was she being ironic and just... Or is that sincere? How to get a girlfriend.
That's kind of how that generation just shouts at you.
Yeah.
This is really nice.
Great job. Played live again.
It reminds
Thank you, John.
of like some of those memes where it's like a woman and she's like, I bet he's thinking about other women. And then it's him rolled over.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, how many chairs can I fit in my Subaru? Like, it's like...
If I can afford that new Lego set.
Yeah, it's literally not.
But from Star Wars to...
If that is the new Rickroll,
Yeah.
like that happens in 2023, I am here for it. I love the sexy sax and Careless Whisper. It's never not going to make me laugh.
To me, it's just that song that was in Knight Rider once. But yeah.
Just once.
Very good. Next up.
Yes.
Oh no! Those Ghostbusters killing Luke.
Sorry. I'm sorry. We thought you were someone else.
It's a very good one.
Yeah, Ghostbusters, the new one coming out in theaters very soon. They just released a new trailer
With who?
with your friend. What's his name?
Paul Rudd?
With Paul Rudd again, and same cast as Dog Hairs. Same cast as the last one. Check out the trailer. We won't show it here because it's been all over the internet. But next up, from Star Wars 2.
Wow. Why can't you do that? Like, the music's funny, but this is incredible. Like, I can't even
That's
balance
better.
3 cups.
Could you not tell? I know, it's your stunt man dog. Stunt dog. They have those? We don't.
Stunt doggle.
Yeah. Next up.
Me, if I ever saw 10 million fireflies.
It's frankly a terrifying prospect.
I've actually seen a real firefly, but with that visual, I think I would have the same reaction. 10 million is a very large number.
I saw them in New York, of all places.
Well, just it's not a
Central Park.
Southern California thing. Like bumblebees. We don't have bumblebees, like the big fat.
Yeah, I thought I saw one, but it was a beetle.
It was.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time I saw a bumblebee when we were at Kew Gardens?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
And stamped on it. I've never forgiven her for that.
I just know.
Next up.
It's 1997. Your mom rented GoldenEye for N64. You pause the game to eat pizza rolls, and this song comes on. Do, 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 do. Yeah, big fan. And now you can play that on your Nintendo Switch.
Yes, nice stuff.
Remember to give your baby some tummy time.
Very important.
Very important.
More Windows 95 action. We have that exact look and listen, don't we?
We absolutely do. Fisher-Price.
We've been buying a lot of Fisher-Price things because I grew up with Fisher-Price.
So did I.
Toys, and you did as well, and we remember them very fondly. So that's, if you're having a baby at this very second, we recommend look and listen. Just watch out for that. And this to help you with your language skills. YOU_RE spells you are. Is that from Ross from Friends?
YOU_RE means you are. YOUR means you're. I knew it!
Proof that the soundtrack changes everything. This is Mario Kart, in case people didn't know.
I thought it was Fast and the Furious.
I mean, this is what I look like when I'm playing.
Very good. Next up, the end. That is it for I See What You Mean. We had a lot of memes to get through because there's just so much good stuff this month. But coming up next,
Funboxing.
Yeah. And it is indeed time for another Funboxing, but it wouldn't be complete without a visit to
the game closet.
Kit.
Oh.
Knight Rider.
Ah.
Yeah, from the game closet.
It's time to go.
Look at the static.
Do you need a ride, young lady?
Hi, Kit.
Your father sent me to pick you up.
What's the passphrase?
Perifractic has worms.
Correctamundo.
Rude.
By the way, I found your rabbit friend.
Aw, thank you, Kit.
You're quite... Excuse me. I've developed a fault in one of my PCBs caused by turbo boosting all the time.
Maybe my friend Elaine can help.
Is Elaine a computer technician?
Yes.
Nope.
Oh.
She works for PCB Way, where you could get PCBs starting at just $5.
But I don't have $5.
I got you covered.
Perifractic is calling.
Hi, Fractic. I just got a notification from Kit. What are you doing? The number you have
I remember
Did
that.
you hang up on him?
I'm having PCB problems, remember? Besides, I'm having too much fun with you and Bunny.
And we have an ice cream date.
Then right home, it's a school night after all.
We should go really fast then.
Will you do the honors?
Hold on to your ears, Bunny.
Where's the seatbelt in this thing?
My kid doesn't have a
PCB Way.
Super Pursuit mode. Very cool.
That was very cute.
Thanks to Fractic and the Game Closet. Thanks to PCB Way, as seen here. And it's time for us to get rid of the TV. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I was amazed that works through the glasses. All right, you get started. I'm going to, of course, film our extra angle here.
All right.
It's always better to have more angles.
Oh, it's heavy.
It is. Look at that great package. Oh, it seems to be from Divoom. This is the Pixu 64, which allows pixel art, image, or animation creation. It's a bit like the Lametric display that we have behind us there, which is scrolling like our Instagram account, our YouTube subscriber count, etc. But I've had a lot of problems with that. For example, came in to set up the filming, it crashed again, so I had to unplug it, reboot it. All that kind of stuff gets frustrating.
Also, you can't run more than one at a time.
So we were looking for something better. Now, it offers all those things, the daily information tracking, but also a lot of pixel art and retro gaming.
This is cool.
It has loads of pixel images that you can download, actually millions from their library, or of course you can create your own. And it also has a microphone, which allows it to listen to music in the room and act as a graphic equalizer, waiting to configure. So you use your cell phone to set it up, use the app to... Oh, look at that.
You're going to just leave it on that?
Is it scrolling through things?
Yeah.
Oh, a flux capacitor.
That's cool.
Honestly.
That's very cool.
So just...
Let that go.
Honestly, it's pretty fun just on its own. That's how you get it set up with other services and link it to your YouTube or Instagram, etc. And look at that lovely clean space needs filling. Would you like to do the honors? I no longer have to help her. Now she's no longer pregnant.
Pregnant.
And this, I happen to know, is, as you may have noticed from the logo, the CZUR book scanner. This is a professional book scanner. Also a professional dog scarer.
Oh.
So this is perfect for scanning old magazines, that kind of thing. That way we can preserve, I think, some of the old user manuals and stuff like that. The way it works is you set out the mat. So you would set down your magazine or manual, open it up, press that. But as you can see in this example image, it projects these red lines onto the page, which tells it where the curvature of the page is. And then it, in software later, rectifies the curve. So you don't have to worry about the page looking like that when you scan it.
That's so cool.
And then you can upload it to the Internet Archive or something to save for future generations. Yeah, it's great, babes. Oh, she's going to feed the baby. Okay, fair enough. We'll continue here as a one man and his dog band. Now, that technology I mentioned is called high DPI curve flattening tech, something many flat earthers are famous for using, but also used by museums and libraries and also government facilities, including the ones that created the flat earth theory. Now, CZUR's scanning software supports over 180 languages not spoken often by flat earthers. Because the Earth is round, just like the curve of Zap64 here, which of course you can subscribe to in its new format. This is brand new Zap. The scanner also automatically removes the finger marks from the edges of pages, so you can use your well-thumbed atlas of the world, which shows how the Earth is aglow. If you want to go really old school, you can use it as a slide projector, just like the good old times, and just slide things under it and project them out through the HDMI interface on the back. Oh, thank you. What a lovely kids. Check out the link for that and the CZUR and the yawning puppy in the description. In case you're wondering why I might keep looking off to the side, Lady Fractic is actually just off camera, feeding the baby, just there.
Were you zoomed in too far to see?
Yeah, I had your right eyelash. That one, yeah. Lady Fractic's malfunctioning again. Well, thank you to both CZUR and Divoom for our Pixu 64 as well. I'm going to clear this up and then we'll take a look at the Beatles' new single. Here, look at this. There is the single. I don't really understand the front cover. I think it had some complaints about being very basic, but I'm sure there's a story behind it because there's a story about this.
We were in the store. George saw this clock made out of bits and pieces, and it had some Scrabble letters, and it just said now and then. He was attracted to it for some reason, just took it off the wall and bought it. Built this little Russian dacha in the garden and hung the clock in it, and there it sat for 25 years. End of last summer, cleaned it up a little bit, put it on the mantelpiece. Phone rings. It's Paul. And he begins to explain that there was reminding me of this third song that was on the cassette tape with Real Love and Free as a Bird. And I said, I remember it. It's called Now and Then. And I was standing there looking at the clock that said Now and Then. We were so moved and happy that this thing that George had held in his hand somehow magically appeared. And I said, I think this is Georgie saying it's okay.
And this is the actual clock from the mantelpiece. So there it is, Now and Then. So this is my first time opening it. Oh, wow. That is very nostalgic. My parents had the Apple record, the full-size one. And that's got the centerpiece from that. And on the other side, Love Me Do, which I do love you, but this is the Beatles saying it. That was their first ever single. So it's the first and final. Just here are the chicken scratch lyrics that John wrote on a scrap of paper. I know it's true. I forgot I'd ordered the clear one. Wow, clearly. Now and Then by the Beatles. I would love to play it on the vinyl record player right now that's in the living room, but we can't for copyright reasons. But yeah, there it is. What a special time. Well, I think we will clear up all this mess. Lady Fractic will be happy that I've done that for her. Do you know what the next segment is? That's right, Homebrews. Yeah, good girl. You did it again.
Yay!
Now, first up, take a look at this.
All right. Ooh. Mario, like we've never played it before. Here he is.
This is all thanks to, can you guess?
Virtual reality.
Augmented reality, technically, AR, the MetaQuest 3.
It's 3D.
But also something called 3D NES, which allows this on a lot of different AR systems. If you've wondered if you're experiencing AR now with this strange appendage Ladyfractic has developed, it's alright, she's just had her lunch. She's a little bit full. Also, Babyfractic's debut on the channel, yay! So there it is, 3D NES. Check it out if you've got an AR system like the MetaQuest 3. Next up, this is from Justin Okun. He's a friend of the channel on the Patreon, and he's created these ChatGPT bears. But then he asked them, essentially asking ChatGPT, to present an episode of Retro Recipes with Ladyfractic.
Hello, Chief Dippers. Welcome back to Retro Recipes. I'm your host, Perifractic. Today, I'm joined by the lovely Ladyfractic. How are you, a lady?
I'm doing well.
I'm doing splendidly. Fantastic.
How are you, a lady?
I'm excited to dive into today's project.
Excellent. Today, we have a real retro gem of our hands, the Commodore 64. This piece of history might be showing its age, but with a bit of love and care, we'll have it working like it was fresh out of the factory.
I can't wait to get started. I've always had a soft spot for the Commodore 64.
Sounds like me.
It's such an iconic piece of technology. So, what's the first step?
First, we must carefully clean it. These old machines can accumulate a lot of dirt and grime over the years. But remember, always be gentle. We don't want to cause any unnecessary damage.
Of course.
Of course.
I believe that's Teddy Ruxpin.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Now one has you.
That's true.
Great job, Justin. Seriously, that's just amazing
so
what
cool.
you can do. Justin, of course, and me have teamed up, and he's been developing an app that's going to enable my kit to become perhaps the world's first true AI kit. So stay tuned for more info and a lot of fun driving around town with that. Next up, this is Steve and Anna's tea game. So these are from, as you can see, Fan Home. So they take a drink every time I say Knight Rider. We're going to have a Fight Rider. And here is for Halloween, Michael Fright himself. So this is Fan Home's Build Your Own 1/8 scale. They augment it with a little music of their own.
That's amazing.
And the iMac has a scanner. Month by month.
Let's do that on mine.
Good.
And it's all powered by a Raspberry Pi Pico, which is running a web server connected to the LED strip, all written in Python by me. And I can even set the colours to be the colour of Ladyfractic's top.
Sure can.
And that's it.
There it is. Nice.
Yes, Steve and Anna, thank you for being fans of the show. Though quite honestly, I can't really blame you.
Kid, his usual sarcastic self. And did you notice the Pixel 64? There's there and there. I think they're the same device. And he's tracking an EasyJet flight, of all things. Fantastic work, Steve and Anna. Keep drinking, and we will keep on being nostalgic, because how would you like a nice, delicious, tasty bowl of nostalgia flakes? Is that you or her?
Me.
Okay. And first up, just a small reminder that everything in this picture is now in your pocket. Is that true? Is that accurate?
Boombox, camcorder, a cassette. So music,
camera,
radio,
camera,
yes.
Video camera,
typewriter.
I don't think there is a printer in your phone. So this is I think that's a Brother electric typewriter, but it can print. So I think technically everything except one thing is now in your pocket.
I'm surprised there isn't a naughty magazine on there.
That's in his pocket. Yeah. And also, he's not in your pocket either. I should point out he is in the picture.
And as they all say, a cell phone is worth 1,000 products.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Very good. And now it's time for a visit to
the Gallerry.
A man after my own heart.
Yes, Ritterreiter.
Does that mean Knight Rider by any
It
chance?
means Knight Rider in German, because our friend here was in Germany, in Munich, when he got to sit in Knight Rider.
Or it could be Kitterreiter.
Could. We have Hattie here playing on her C64.
If you can name the game, very obvious one, put it in the comments below.
Yes, Retro on Vintage by Tim Cook.
One of our patrons there.
Yes.
He's watching my camcorder episode on an old CRT, and there's the same exact TV.
Here, Andrew Thies loves his Commodore 64.
It's an older one as well,
It
I
is,
think.
yeah. We have our Apple IIes for these 3E.
I did love that hub that it would slot into.
Yeah.
Looks like my desk.
It does. And we have the A500 underneath with a microbrute analog synth.
Very cool.
And then we have Perifractic on a box of Nostalgia Flakes.
Awesome stuff. And we have a few more things in Nostalgia Flakes this month.
All right.
This back of a piano was actually owned by the BBC Radiophonic Workshop, and they were responsible for all kinds of sound effects. Now, what I have here in my hand is a coin. If I rub a coin down the bass strings, you may remember or hear something familiar.
What is it?
That would be the TARDIS starting up.
It's the TARDIS! It's the TARDIS! This is the actual TARDIS. I think we've got a recording of the TARDIS. So, honestly,
How amazing is it that they have the actual piano still?
Yeah, that's amazing.
That blows my mind. And next up, I was playing Cyberpunk 2077 like a punk. And I noticed that I think there was a C64 fan who was part of the development team. Please validate your SID chip. It's actually a chip in your hand because you're augmented with technology.
That's very funny.
Love it. And finally, 25 years ago, this guy, Mark Randolph, shipped out the very first Netflix DVD when he worked at Netflix, and they just mailed him the very last one.
Aww.
He got a bag. He got the same disc that he mailed originally. But they said, as we were flooded with emotions shipping our final disc, we could only imagine the emotions you felt shipping the first. Thank you for kicking off the amazing 25-year journey from the Netflix DVD management team. End of an era there. Last ever DVD mailed by Netflix.
I had a subscription.
Yeah. I do have a sneaking suspicion that the way vinyl went, we might be going back to some sort of resurgence in physical media like movies.
Maybe, but vinyls are recyclable.
The thing about movies is I've now bought Jurassic Park, I think 3 times because my Google Play movies went away, and then we got Apple TV and we couldn't use it on that. And then
Prime.
And then sometimes you rent something and it's
on Vudu or something like that.
You pay $5 and you're allowed to watch it for 3 days. And then I would go to like the bargain bin and buy a movie for like 99 cents that I could own forever, but I only rent for 3 days for 5 times the price. I think physical media is going to make a comeback. So maybe this team shouldn't have quit so soon. And from the final DVD being mailed out to the final piece of our show, that is it for a very long and action-packed retro show. As always, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time,
subscribe and support below, and cheerio.
One man can make a difference, Perry. Or one woman. Or dog. The Fractics, lone curators in a vintage world. The world of retro recipes. Psh, psh, psh.